like that.
Listen up, Daddy. Chicken and beer.
Bonjour, papa. Ça va? Ah bien, mais moi? Hey.
What's wrong on there, man? Everybody watching me, Maxi. Nobody press the bell, no. But the Maxi man stop. Yeah, Bridget, go take it here.
10 more days out.
When April, we chanting and say, you go extend it again, boy. But you see, my money start to dry up. Oh. By any means necessary, we making this thing we call this. We don't play the booms in the studio, you know what I mean? Light, darkness, whatever. Where there is a will, there's a way. I am not hosting the first Citizens National Poetry Slam. You will catch me doing stand-up comedy with my whole brother here, Kevin Sawyer. Wait, then, man.
Thaddy Boom.
Goodness. Come now, man. We all know better. We all know better. Guys, they don't know. It's Thaddy Boom. We here, 40 under 40. It's such an honor to be here in this Colmeyer's class. So let's give them.
Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to another episode of the South Central Podcast. I am your host, Ron Austin, and today we have stand-up comedian, entrepreneur, your anti-favorite nail tech, Mr. Thaddy Boom!
Boom shakalaka in the building. It's a pleasure to be here, Ashna.
Thank you.
Love. Like to come to the South Central Park and thing, you know what I mean? It's been a while since I've been done, you know, but I need to get back on you South Central, good.
South is love. Alright, so Thaddy, so how long have you been into doing content creation as a whole?
Content creation, boy.
Because if you go back, you can go back and check back the days of your freestyle days.
You understand
they got the Thaddy freestyle and the man you drink to me and this. I want to drop the Thaddy freestyle and the Mexican right now.
The braces are kind of mad. This is short, yeah. 2 stomachs down and kind of thing, but yeah. So I mean, we could go far back. But I mean, let me say but I know how to phrase that question. And as I say, we could go back as what? 15 years or more. Since primary school, I've been making content or any factor, but I was always a character and I was a club. So when it was like a camp event, we was doing content since then, since my teenage years. Whereas coming up in church and stuff, we had something called Carnival Camp. And after the Carnival Camp now, we have a little like a reunion. So within the reunion, something my cousins and my aunts and them, what we did was that something called the camp news, right? So we take all the best parts of the camp and we reenact it. We did some film and stuff like that. Right. So we have content from way far back. But let me say, in a way when I was more established as Thaddy Boom.
Right.
Thaddy Boom. Because all them rounds my name wasn't Boom. You understand? Just Thaddy. Right? But when the boom came and whatnot, the content started creating. The content boom.
Right.
So let me say 7-8 years since then, man. Put that 7-8 on that, somewhere around there.
But then that becomes the question, how did the boom come about?
Well, you see, as a man who left secondary school, I really bounced around and dabbled around in real different things, you know, man. So, I ain't going to tell you what secondary school I attend because I don't really like them now, but I ain't want to associate my name with them at all. I ain't want to with them at all, yeah? So, who knows? You know, right? And who knows? I tell them all that I say fire burn them. Fight me.
Again.
Yeah, you want to go rap outside, you fight me. You understand? I think most schools are different. But straight out of secondary school, what I did OJT, before working $10 store. Alright, from OJT now, try to win the army, you know, but I run me. Tell me too much milk in my face. Yeah, I kind of hurt my feelings.
I get the same thing in cadets.
Yeah, because like my thing is, if I go home and John Bernie Block tell me, hey, hold that, I could be crying, but I can't be part of the national service and securities now. But whatever, I digress. But in only bouncing from job to job and stuff like that, I end up in a gypsum company. Right, but as I said before, there is Thaddeus. People have to wait, you know, trees have to shorten things now. Right. Cool, so the Thaddeus came to Thaddy. Right. And then thought like you say Thaddy Boom Boom, because if something is to be done, I not stick him to do like boom, Thaddy had that boom boom, yeah, he go do your thing. I come to work, me come to complain saying me come to RABS or people trying to shortcut right through.
Right.
I don't want them doing the job, so I get the job done. So, the boss man's son, yeah, boy, Kun Tabas, pick up yourself, my brother, if you see this.
Big up Kun.
Yeah, so say Thaddy Boom Boom, man. It just stick because somebody good and living in my community now. And what is my community, maybe wondering? Never dirty mover. We out and we back. Right, so it's with them brethren and them too now. So you mean kind of keep moving the dirties are.
Yeah.
It just stick so Thaddy Boom Boom or just Thaddy Boom, man. That was it. We just leave it as that.
Pimpin' Fras Kitchen reopening this month. Best wings in Trinidad. Pimpin' say so. Pimpin'.
Alright, so as I mentioned community, now I had to ask you, what is like being a resident or mover? What's the whole experience like? For that painted for somebody who don't know at all, assume somebody who watching right now never been. Paint, what is the mover experience? What made mover beautiful to you?
What was the mover experience?
Yeah.
Look, the mover experience summed up right here, right now. Oh God! That's the mover experience. Now that Ogon to go eat out there because you know the thing about Ogon now, right? That could be for happiness, that could be for sorrow. Laugh and cry in the same book. So then you say, oh, it's always nice when they can walk outside, take a sweat, line with the dogs them,
right.
jump kicks, shit talk and thing going back and forth. Then there's one saying after last night I had a little rooftop party. That was jiggy, finished 9 o'clock this morning. You write down kind of vibes, but I mean, let me be real. Crime is a real thing. Like, I'm not gonna look past that.
Sure.
I lost a cousin to crime. I lost friends to crime. It is what it is. So it's bittersweet. It's bittersweet. But despite the negative of the crime, to me, Mova is the best place in Trinidad, though, because I stayed in other places. I spent time with my cousins on them in Blanchie shares. Spend time with cousins in Shogunas, Maraval. Spend time up Toko for camping and whatnot. And it's just not it, boy. It's just not it. I mean, going to Tobago, I mean, everybody just be nice and hospitable and whatnot, yeah, but
Right.
move on, that's about kind of je ne sais quoi, is it? Je ne sais quoi. I mean, the salt bay of Trini living is in any ghetto, boy. So Lavantel is move on that kind of vibes. I picking it up because to me, it's just everything, boy, just everything. And there's people say they don't like to be home because home boring. I can't agree with that. I can't agree with that. You just grew up with real nice boy days, boy.
And you know, you don't hear that even from other residents from over, like Akim, 5.2, big up Akim. Big up 5. Is a neighbor? Alright, open go see my reports, big up 5. Does I just get things of Akim. And every time I see him, he does always be repping Mova strong.
Straight 100. Especially if you're life or your day to day or your 8 to 4, more so revolving Port of Spain or Sawa, them kind of environments.
Right.
But Mova is the best place to live. You say in and out quick. In and out quick.
Right.
How you call me?
How you just avoid like the stigma that just come along with people here from over? Because I'm not sure if you might have
I can't avoid that stigma. The reason why I can't avoid that stigma because that stigma is people's mindset. They can't avoid somebody's mindset. If you think something of me, Ron, you think something of me. Is either it is true or it is false. That is either true or false. That is it. So let me say somebody here move on based on what they hear generally, or maybe they may have a bad experience. And so when I've already had an experience, then they hear stories and stories is enough for them. And I need power of storytelling out there.
True.
You understand what I'm saying? It's just what it is now, man. So any idea? I live my life righteous, true, you understand what I'm saying? And I mother good son. You know what I mean? I really mother good son. Yes, I should good boy child. I don't care what nobody say, and that's a fact. Right? So the only thing I could do is live my life correct and accordingly.
Right.
If you think what you think, that is your ass business, you know. Because at the end of the day, you can't please people out here. If you try to please people, you could be a madman. You'll be walking down George Street with your stones out or something. Because
focus on yourself, on improving yourself, of being a good person yourself. Focus on you liking yourself. Do you like who you are?
You can't please everybody in your life and onto you. Just you'll be in circles. But question, because as you mentioned, as you say, he is mother good son. There's a clip, and I can't tell you how much times I play this, of your, I believe it's your grandmother. I wish I could put, I want to play it up here, man.
This guy, don't tell me
No,
that.
I am putting it in production not lady, but there's a clip of you and your grandmother that properly demonstrates a grandmother's love dread for she grandson. You can see it in mom's eyes. She want to crack it out in the time. She want to crack it out in the time. She want to crack it out in the time. But you see any loving shots. We can talk about like a grandmother's love in that kind of situation.
Now, well, see what happened was that's like around the COVID time or so. I just spending most of the time with my girlfriend now. I kill her more big up you babes. Right? So I went and spend some time with Granny. Wasn't too pleased about that now because I just pick up and go on. And I tell her, she not saying, everybody say I didn't move up, I never move out. But I come from a very close-knit family now. Everybody, we have a few group chats there, whatnot, and I just always just pump and things. So it was always, when my parents had to go out, it's good on you by Granny and I go stay by Granny. You want to come in at night and you want to spend the night because when I say cousins, it's cousins.
Yeah.
It's like 15 of us come up together.
Whole sleepover, yeah. That does be the vibe, boy.
Yeah, so everybody used to be there and whatnot, so pretending to be sleeping so they go try to wake up the carry home and whatnot. That kind of vibes.
In fact, I live in South, is that you would always encounter this. This is a customary something. You can't get away from it.
Yeah, chatty man. So close to the family come up with all the cousins. Everybody was just this kind of bond and unit. So grandmother is a big part of my life. Think about it. I just love. The more time you spend with somebody, even though you might think like things about them, you just come to appreciate that person and love them. Granny's you won't go when you ain't feeling too good. Tell you what bush to go on.
Sap your head with some beer.
Tell you, boy, he got your drop. Oh God bless, he got your drop. Game this, game that. You feeling too good? Yeah. My grandmother, this wasn't for me, so this was from my cousin Ryan. Ryan beating up on the ground and can't breathe. What? Granny tell me, go and get that so fetch some kind of container. Granny pull out some kind of mixture. Me know what it wasn't. And rub it all over Ryan chest and head. Yes, what? Talk about mucus come out. That kind of thing. Granny's a lifesaver for us, but yeah. Yeah, so that's it. My grandmother made 15 children. Yeah. My great grandmother then he made 16. Granny was trying to be cheap mother. Right? So right now it's like 80 something grand and probably 50 something great grand and 20 something great grand something. So
Cousins like
she knows him as well, not me. And is that? Yeah, but so growing up with Granny right in the corner, that's something I really value. Even right now I'm not trying to make trade until my parents retire. Because daycare expensive and grandparents free.
And Pampers expensive.
Yeah, that back out for that.
What? So with that being said, I mean a lot of the Morvant communities, a lot of your family, all in there. So where's one thing? So you grew up there your whole, I would assume, a lot of your life, right?
Whole life, no team of.
So where's one thing that you would like to see done or for your community? Like if you could do something for your community, where's something that you'd like to see done?
Oh, I like that kind of question, eh? That sounds like I running for local elections. I feel about that one day or so. But what I want for my community is just more positivity when it comes to youth development now. Yeah, because I say the crime, the influence, right? And it's very disheartening when you can see a small number could just poison a large amount now. Right? So some of the things I do, and I don't, not for me is this, right? I'm the kind of guy that I don't just wait for things to be done or hope for things to be done or even to answer the question was what would I like to happen? I do operate that. I do things.
Right.
So to be very honest, I would engage with youths in my community. I would pick up my basketball or go down in the court and sweat with the young ones and I might talk about men in primary school still.
Right.
Because I believe bridging that gap, that is how sense and knowledge and wisdom is passed. Right? So I will allow my good influence to pass on to them. So what I would want for my community is any program or opportunity for that to continue on a major scale. Whether I could headline it or push it or even get other parties to come. Anything that grows positive development for the young people that never did team over And the whole of the ghetto by extension is something that I endorse and I really want. And hence reason why I do so many different programs when it comes to advocating for young people and adolescents. Yeah, so I said basically, just more that way.
But one of those movements would be, and many people may not notice, you are involved in the Boys to Men movement, which is a big movement going on, where you have even mentorship going on with, and the thing that I really like about it is that you always bring back the graduating class of a year to come back and mentor the new youngins that coming into the program. So that is even you spearheading your own movement. You understand what I'm saying? So that getting a positive, that mentorship, because sometimes that's only does really need nobody to really get that guidance so that you're now coming up. You understand what I'm saying?
As much as you tell yourself you're hoping your parents can be everything, parents can't be everything because even they themselves dealing with their own trauma, their own battles, their own demons. And let me be honest, and even my parents are not too. They never planned to have us.
True.
They never planned to have us. You understand? Many churn out there, you're unplanned pregnancy. You understand? It's a mistake if you want to play that way.
Right.
That'll be your parents in love you. And you know how to deal or cope with things. They had to do with what they have.
You have to figure it out.
Exactly. And figuring it out, some hurt me off at because it been the same thing for them. They know what I was doing, and they're just hoping the moon wasn't full, so it missed. Right? So with that said, is why things like the Boys to Men program exist. We are about a self-awareness program and a mentorship program for young men. It used to be as young as 13, but now it's even younger. Because what we have started doing is going to schools post-SEA.
Right.
So when the young men finish SEA exams, right, we would then go in between that time to the graduation. A
very crucial time.
Exactly, and every week we have conversations with them, preparing them for Form 1 and secondary school. Topics like self-esteem, role of the man, the family, conflict resolution,
right,
especially what might affect them right there and then in Form 1. And even on a general basis, throughout the whole program, we talk about leadership, but again, setting goals, how your attitude will determine your altitude. A whole different set of conversation and topic. And what I like about it, it's not lecturing. Yes, the learning, but not if we call ourselves teachers or nothing like that.
Right.
It's all about, it's a conversation basis. So we are talking and you're in a rapport right here.
Right.
Nice waiters. So let me say I want to talk about leadership today. I know we're not right leadership when you go and see the definition of leadership is this, write it down. We don't go so much on.
It's a conversation.
Hit them a question or something that might be happening right about now, currently. So, I mean, like let me say, might have a school fight. Go up in school, and somebody tell me, well, boy, sir, I read man, this in school, this that happen, how would that happen? How would this happen? How we could do to avoid that? And that, when you allow them themselves to figure it out, it'll go better.
Yeah.
So, anything like the Boys to Men program, even the 40 and the 40 program, whatever the Ministry of Development and National Security, anything around that lines is what I do for my community, is what I do with myself, because if I can impact one youth, I do plenty on this youth, and plenty on this youth. Simple as that, yeah. And that is what I come to understand that is my purpose. You know what I mean? Helping young people and just pouring into the cup, right?
Because sometimes that's all they just need is a mentor, because plenty times it's like I had certain mentors that I look up to, and on that note, happy Father's Day to all the fathers out there.
Yeah,
today celebrating. I had certain father figures in my life that I look up to, who it's not like they treat me like a student, they just sit down with me and had a man-to-man conversation. It's a real conversation that my godfather sit me down and I was like, yo, decide we had it. It's not about just making our money, it's about how it is you impact society and what it is you do to add some value to your time on this. It's them kind of conversations that is guiding and put your life on a whole different trajectory. So what they doing on the Boys to Men program, and even 40 under 40, identifying those people in society that actually making a difference to those watching. Mr. Thaddy Boom right there is a recipient of one of the 40 to 40 awards. On that note, especially in your story, something that I find really unique is when you decide to branch off into your own entrepreneurship, when you decide to do anything, you had what it was like to have the support of your parents going into that part of your life, because that's a big decision for a young man to start their own business.
So alright, cool. It was like this. At the point in time I was actually in university at the Southern Caribbean. I was doing computing, right? Well, that's the thing about it, eh?
How much IT technician we have inside?
Yeah, man. Big up you, cousin. Big up you, cousin. So I've been in USC, but the funny thing is, I was not to be in USC. My plan was to be in SAMS, right?
Right.
So heading to SAMS sat me down, explain to me, hey, SAMS, right? Explain to me the full program. In your first year, you'll be doing this. Second year, you're going to be doing this. Third year, you're going to be doing this. At the end of your first year, you're still going to have this qualification or whatnot. And I say, yeah, boy. This thing so
Good, yeah,
I like this
they
program.
sell it,
This is my program.
Sell our program,
Right?
boy.
So SAMS didn't work out because they needed what? Tuition fee, exams fee, and like 3 different fees, and your
Books.
registration fee. Right? Exactly. So that's it. So books and exam fee, so you pay £9. Right? Then they start to pay their tuition, and then they pay the registration fee. Cool. And the registration fee, I get my little pounds. And tuition on their behalf was to be covered by gate. I go to them the Friday to sign up classes supposed to start Monday. Sam go tell me. So like no, but it's I gotta do. Okay then, allegedly. So when I went to sign up, they let me know gate not covering first year students. And it's, yeah, so I was done there and done get you to go finish paying for them, but for now, organize or going on the side of the organization and you'll come back. With that, I didn't end up in SAMS. My uncle in the States tell my mom, well, you know what, suddenly you will see it free. I mean, he did some of the Adventists and whatnot, he knew about this. Now, I was under the impression that what I was going to get in SAMS, I would be getting the exact same thing in USC.
Right.
And I know any benefits of boys because I always advocate for the young men. When they tell yourself they want to enter this, do your research. Speak to people who've been there before so you know exactly what it's like and if that'll be the path for you.
Right.
Right? And I wish I had, I'm never saying I didn't have that entirely now. Right? I did not know. Not knowing that IT and computing is a whole range and a scope of things, doggy. You understand? So when I end up in USC, as more doing computing and information systems and analysis.
Pure IT.
Yes, that's all writing code in other words, man. And I'm not into that writing code. I don't into no C, no C++, no Java, no Pascal, no object-oriented programming, and all that kind of thing. You understand what I'm saying? I'm not into that part. Yeah. But I okay and decided to make the best out of it. But in the first year, it wasn't half bad. Karen Monroe is an asshole. She was one of my lecturers. And I didn't like that at all. I didn't like that at all. Because she was used to be like, on any university now, on any thing, read the book. And in my mind, if all I need to do is read the book, then we really need you for now. But I don't like lecturers like that now. Dog, it's for you to try and put it in a way that we could understand it. Thank you very much. You have to learn how to work. Know that different students have different learning techniques, and you should be able to do something to send that across. Long story short, while up in USC, into my second year and all too, I realized I don't really like any programming that much. My cousin was at the point in time, he picked up the whole nails thing. So I was observing it because one day I saw he walked into the school lounge. I saw her, she looked nice, shape her proper, approach her, get she some talk, she go back talk, current happening. You know what I mean? She really coming up, I'll buy her gift. I had no money, so I spoke to my cousin to work in a little boutique.
Right.
So I was there part-time.
Right.
So while in my cousin boutique, my husband was doing the thing, and I realized, like, nails is a flick. I can do this nails thing, like gills and money, dog. Yeah, that's it, simple. That's how my entrepreneurial journey started for nails in particular, gills and money, because I always was a hustler. Since primary school, I was a man with a probably bake a cake, go down during and sell that when something happened on the court.
Always what that do.
Yeah, I like my own money bad. In the secondary school, it was preservatives, any fruit in season, mango chow, pomerac, pomsity, plum. Them fellas can tell you that no cap, right? Straight into USC and also I was selling candy. Anybody in USC can tell you that around my timing. Skittles, M&M's, Twix, Milky Ways, combos. Boy, you wanted a case of orchard, I Lincoln, that all kind of thing. Pure selling.
Proper.
Always money. But some of them avenues kind of dried up, so I need to get something for now. I end up with my cousin, and I said to myself, boom, you can do the nails, right? Nails, bills, money, can't go wrong. Yeah, and I started it. Now, my problem was I couldn't juggle school and the nails thing. I took a semester off from USC and I gave that full time to the nails. Right, then I said, alright, you build a nail, everybody know you. You could probably try and set appointments and things now and get it thing running. Then I head back in school now and finish up a program. I like to finish things. But it wasn't working out because the days are in school, go calling to get the nails done. And the days are not in school, even though you may be coming to get the nails done, I have to take that time to do assignments for the next day. Right, so I said I have to make a choice. Yeah. One day actually, I took long to pay my registration fee. Right, I was just being lackadaisical. Right, and one day I let you come and tell me, hey, they just took you off my road, so you need to go and talk to admin and sort that out. I said, alright, well, I feel like I don't know my book, man. Then, yeah, okay, yeah, miss, I think I'll come back. And I called the Georgia and I jumped into the nails and now 2:15 I jumped in and I did what I had to do. So that's it. So when I made the choice of doing the nails full time now, I wouldn't say I had no support from my parents, or I wouldn't say they supported me like 100. It just was like, whatever, like, it's your life, you do what you have to do. And that, it was more like that. It wasn't more like, hey, they balance that, because they understood that, hey, Boom know what he doing, he can handle these stories, and if that we choose to do, that we choose to do. Well, my father more so than my mom. My mom might be more like, yeah, sure, but it wasn't like, don't do that or to fight against it. Nothing like that. They knew that, hey, he's capable of doing what he wants to do. He has his life in his hands and the son has a son in him. Some people in church wasn't like that, but my sister, she talking to me, wait, wait, that's for? Here's no money, take. But she didn't know it has sweet bread too now, like. Half that sweet bread was on my face, but I love nothing. I love still. Right, but all in all, my parents and them, they support me in everything I do. Whether it's passively or full 100, or it is very evident. I know that because there's always love, and anytime I need their help, more so, I can get it.
How important would you say it is for you to follow your passion and your dream and what it is that you like? Because you're studying IT before, then you were like, I know you're moving into it, and by extension, you are a multifaceted person. So your hands on almost everything, stand-up comedy, spoken word. So how important it is for yourself and by extension, young men, to follow that passion for what it is that you like in your life?
I will say this, right? They say the way love I never work hard in your life, like bullshit. Because work is work. But when you do what you love, is you have more interest in it. You want to see it done properly. You want to see, they say perfection not gain, but you're still trying to get close to perfection as possible.
Right.
That is it. At the same time, for young men, or even young people in general, men and women, I'll always say having a sense of independence goes a long way. When you're able to do things on your own, you feel better about yourself. That builds your morale. Yeah, that has you on top of the world, boy. Understand? So I would always advocate for it. Right? So we're talking about following your dreams and doing your own thing. Yeah. At the end of the day, whenever you achieve something you set out to gain, that feeling in itself, it already calculating it. Right? That boost, that like, hey, I did it. I see reward. It's in my hand here. I see it looking like I get to the thing. I live in the life. I live in a life I chose to myself. You can't beat that. And just for a level of self-fulfillment, is what I would say to anybody. Write down where you have to write down. Set your goals, set your dreams, and see what steps you need to follow to make that happen and make it happen. Because I can bet you this as well, right? Especially to the young men. If you spend time chasing your goal and your dream, you'll find yourself getting into less trouble. You know what they say, that's good, never find things for idle hands. You find yourself getting into less trouble. Now, don't get me wrong, the trouble going to come at you. Especially, if these young black men, trouble going to come. Yeah, it's all these stigmas and I say you can't avoid it. But once you keep doing what you're doing, it will live right now. It will always add up, right? Because people are trying me. They were trying me right from a corner. People trying you all kind of thing. And I'm going to tell them, well, nah, boy, no, boom, not on that. Thaddy, not on that. Nah. Officer, that is wrong. Officer can't be here. I'll be somebody else, but it can't be he. Right? Your life becomes a living testimony. That is it. So that people will always know. Nah. So fellas, find something that you know you really have a passion for. It might come to you as well. But always stay active, man. Always stay active. We're good to go.
And so how did you start or find your love for stand-up comedy in specific now?
Stand-up comedy. Woo! So here's the thing, right? I is a born character. Right? I is a born character. I don't like teachers. I really don't like teachers in no way. Unless you're a decent teacher. But who's the
A teacher who really care about teaching.
somebody. I don't really care about teaching in no way. I really care about your students. And how you impact them more than anything else. Because you could just be care about your sole care is making sure you teach your syllabus, or you get your syllabus off and you can check off your boxes. Right? I say that because I spend a lot of times by the classroom door or outside the classroom just for being funny or talkative. He disrupted the class or whatever.
You're talking too much.
Yeah, he disrupting nothing. I have to learn how to work with my front out there. Everybody's gonna be different. Because I was never disrespectful or like disorderly to say like I actually like going mad or anything like that. If you choose to focus on this thing about me as opposed to focusing on other things or even a classroom in a general sense. Right? And that was just bizarre for me in a way. So because of that, my nature being this talkative person, this chatty person, having a high level of charisma, right? That is what it is, miss. It is charisma. Miss, I charismatic. And you're lacking it. Right? Leaving secondary school, you will see all them kind of things and just chatting all that. And being a part of the 2 cents movement as well. With the whole spoken word thing.
Right.
We were planning a spoken word competition. Right? And just need somebody to host it. And I said, well, I will host it. The luckiest thing about my life or the blessings of my life is just how things doesn't line up. Yeah? And I always say that to people, they may not know your purpose, but that's fine, right? So everything is just line up.
You think that's when you're living in your truth?
Live it. Exactly. Don't try to be nobody else. I watch all these different, watch these TV shows or series and whatnot. Especially, everything kind of Americanized. And I try to figure out like why these so-called like, whether it's going to be dweebs or the nerds or the punks, whatever, trying to be with the cool kids that much. But be your own person, be your own cool. Like, what you doing, we're going to scare me about it. Whatever you into, just be watching people on the whole television universe, you watching people and looking at the people who part of that you're fashioning. So to have a community for that. Just live in your own sphere of things. Right?
That you like.
Exactly right.
And you'll find like-minded individuals.
Yeah, exactly right. The world made up of many different people. So everything has to come together to make the world go wrong. Right? So with that being said, I said that, hey, I will host the event. Paul, let me host it. Whatnot. And my cousins. Then was like, hey, I will host it with you too. And that just started my whole hosting thing. Like, I host the event. Right? And from the following we host again. In between, because I host, like people say, oh, we having this come and talk now, right? And it had something called UB Speak and USC Speak. So every month, every third Wednesday in the month or third Thursday in the month, we had things like USC Speak and UB Speak. So I was hosting these things. And through the hosting, I said, well, charisma and my funniness was shining bright. So I must give shout out to my boy Dennetti. Dennetti said, boom, you have to do stand up, but you have to do stand up. You have to do stand up. Say, my Dennis.
It's always be a veteran to teach you that.
Yeah, do stand up. I say, stand up, like. Me, I have to probably write down some jokes and see how we go. Right? We had a finals for the National Poetry Slam there in Central Bank Auditorium. That could be 2015 or 2014 or something. So, and I make my name on this stage. Everybody laughing, and then they tell me again, boom, they stand up. I say, alright, say no more. They started something in UB called Nahos, which was through Carry Comedy. So big up me and like Dennis and Kwame for that flick. And I went at night and I tell some jokes and it was a flick. Then Carry Comedy decided to have their own show down south. They hired me to perform. I perform, I mash up, and since then I say, you know what, yeah, boom. We could all stand up comedian in the bio too.
You remember was your first time performing stand up in front of the crowd?
No, to me, it's no difference.
Really?
It was the same stage, same people, same shit talk. Same shit talk, just I have to be more witty with the punchlines, I have to make it more concise and whatnot. Like my first stand-up set was gold. It was just gold, it was a really fine set. something I will tell any to this day, right? It's just I walk out. How many times I say the first 2 things and I am laughing. Everything else is just baby food, boy, go back. Yeah, mashed potato and pumpkin. That kind of. So to me, I once I go on any stage, whether I be spoken word, stand-up comedy, hosting, just bringing some level of entertainment that people enjoy, I just feel good. Because one of the things that makes me feel good about myself is knowing that I can make people feel good as well. So if I got a laugh or a smile on your face, that is it. I'll be walking through the streets and I see somebody random brethren or sister and give them some shit to them smiling, chuckling, going away. And I'm glad I know I do that because they're feeling better.
You add some kind of positive energy back into the universe now.
That's it now, buddy. That give and get.
That karmic cycle.
Yeah. So that's it. So every time on stage, just feels nice. It feels amazing.
Alright, but in that case, now I want to talk about, because I was listening, I like stand-up comedy all the time. I was listening to podcasts with stand-up comedians. And something that does talk about is keeping that creativity flowing, developing new sets and new content, because you don't want to go back and be telling the same sets. So you had this golden set now, and now you're trying to develop your comedy set. It had any point in time where you find yourself like a little bit sick in your life, or you're trying to figure out how to keep this how to keep this creative flow going?
The funny thing about it is just the way how my life is. The inspiration has been coming by being a nail tech and being a nail tech in Port of Spain and characters. Things will just come to me. Like it'll fall in my lap. And I say, you know what? This is really funny. We could build on this. We could exaggerate this. We could add to this. Then my mom, I have a few jokes about my mom's self. My mom was a character by herself, yo. So I wouldn't really reach a place to say where I stumped. However, with the new Lota flick, where we have to write new jokes every week, I'm not gonna make it sound like I'm this big genius. That is Kevin Sawyer feel. I know me really, right? So like we have to come with fresh material every week. That might be the tricky part. Now I could get much material, I might get information, I might think it funny, but you see that the crowd laugh, right? So you're gonna find out. But trying to write new material will come. How good is the new material? Might be a different question. Yeah.
But that's why you laugh on the app for you can go from it. And for those who watching, you will catch Thaddy on all the laugh on the app.
Every Thursday.
Every Thursday, laugh on the app. The last performance you all opening back up for the season was amazing. The night was real vibes. Your set was proper mind. You had the crowd like whoo. Thaddy come out steamy tonight, man.
Them ladies wanna fight for the topic, but
I enjoyed that shit, but I'm in bedroom. I was like, cause my bedroom fashion. Tears, give me rolling over. You like commission, see all everybody from now when you have Shay, Thaddy,
Gervail, Yes, Wani, Loris.
And if you want to find out more about Jerome Richardson, the backflip, but watch now. Hey, Jerome, that's ready to jump out in the jet. I ain't gonna lie.
Big up the mechanics and them. I love music.
I know. You can check a lot of the episodes that we have on this channel this weekend. A lot of the stand-up comedians from the Laugh on the Absent. If you want to find out about their origins and how they start and what they're doing inside the country, just like the game about Thaddy Boom here today, feel free to go and check out all the other episodes that we have now. Thaddy, on that note, how did you get started with Laugh on the Avenue on specific? How you joined up with that comedy team?
Alright, but that question really not a long story to the last. Just like, I messaged me, I was like, oh Thaddy, boy, we had this thing Laugh on the Avenue, you'll be part of it, sir. I said, yeah.
And that's it. And where would you like to see Laugh on the Ave reach?
Alright, so we trying to go real far with this thing. What we want is to change the landscape of comedy in Trinidad and Tobago, right? Because when people hear comedy, they think somebody gonna be in a wig, or they think men dressing up in skills and dresses. They think somebody the whole bacchanal and the lacquerating and the plenty cursing and whatnot. But it's not that. It have a level of tact and intellect that has to be applied to it now. So it's good humor, but it's about the punchlines and the misconceptions and the misdirection more so.
The art of stand-up
The
comedy.
misdirection. So what we want is to grow that more into what we want is to grow that more in Trinidad and Tobago, and if we can reach to the region, that's the plan. Right, so you want to allow a place for other young persons or not just young persons, other people in a whole who think that they want to try stand-up comedy. The way they might see it on a Netflix special.
On Comedy Central.
Comedy Central, exactly.
That's exactly what we're looking to see come out of Trinidad.
Exactly.
Boy.
So that you will think for Luther, you want to actually create a space, eventually get our own space. We talk like brick and mortar kind of space.
Right.
Whereas people could always come here to hear fresh comedy and fresh stand-up comedians trying to come and do the thing. That's what you want to create. That is what you want to create, basically. That is what I want for Luther, and what most of my colleagues want for Luther. And just to allow it to develop themselves and for them to blow in their own space and their own way as well.
And we are back with on this episode of the South Central Podcast with Thaddy Boom. Now, Thaddy, if I remember correctly, the 40 under 40 award that you received, was it in connection with the work that you did with the Film and Folklore Festival?
No, not really. Yes and no.
Right.
Why so? Well, the 40 under 40 program, for those who may not know, something with the Ministry of Youth Development and National Service. My dearness. And what we're about is we have 40 entrepreneurs or influencers under 40 that but there are many different disciplines that have across Trinidad and Tobago. Right, so for me, entrepreneurship, entertainment was my thing. Right. So they just want any person with proper stature that could probably impart something on youth to be a part of the program. So they sent out a kind of message to our broadcast. They can apply. I send them a resume as it pertains to me being a nail tech, me being part of the Two Cents movement, the Mad Company, big up the Mad doing drama and theatre. Right? And all the different things that I've done, and that's it. And those things would have involved me, of course, being part of the Film and Folklore Festival. So Lesbian, big up yourself, Miss Kate Samuels. Yeah.
And I was working with the Film and Folklore Festival, even doing your
I love it. I love the Film and Folklore Festival. They're like family. Whenever I could do something to be a part of it, whether it's paid something or even just being a guest attending or helping out and volunteering time and services, they will always have me, because one of the things I want, so I spoke earlier about just bettering my get to positive light. Or even Luther creating a space and developing stand-up comedy. I love the arts. I love about the arts. I love about performance arts, visual arts, working with your hands, DIY, anything there is. Yeah? Music, song, dance, theatre, painting. All my brothers and sisters in this thing, my respect. And what I want is that Trinidad and Tobago could be recognized for that more. I want us to build a great film industry. That is waiting to me for the Film and Folklore Festival. I want more of that. I want when people think film and they just think about some of them other film festivals happening across the world. They're thinking about Trinidad too. I want the same way to think about Hollywood and Bollywood and Nollywood and all that kind of thing. Trinidad. Yeah. So however you want to take your Trinidad, whatever you take that, you take that. That's what I say. Right? That's what I say.
Trinidad.
Yeah, Trinidad. Right? So that is it now, but I just know that we are a lot of talented people, and we have so many undeveloped and untouched potential in Trinidad and Tobago, that once these things start to blossom, I mean, when you think blossom, yeah, what's a blossom? And start to get legs, you go find things like the crime rate and things dropping because you have more people with other things to do. I don't think so.
More avenues to put that energy into.
Because think about it, me knocking the Trinidad artists and thing, you know, but I have a problem when the way singing really becomes real. That is my problem. See, if I get really real and affecting us,
it moves beyond just defending yourself. Music is now there's what going on in the streets now. But
that is the kind of nonsense now, right? That is no problem. But you know what? I would observe something. I always try to take something or take a lesson out of something, right? What's the age of these young men coming out and doing the thing? Because you have certain, let us say, community leaders now investing in them with the music. Again, then that chance to show their talent, because then they're glad to show the talent. They're glad to show the talent. So if guys were hyping right now that were buying, they go buying it because what they have is talent that's not being used. Yeah. So if we find that we can probably get a better rap industry down here in Trinidad and Tobago, hip hop industry, or even a bigger dancehall industry away from the gang violence that being tied in thing. Why is it synonymous? I can't say them kind of thing. I guess what she does better. At least I'm not going to talk about that here. You understand what I'm saying? I'm not going to do myself that. Alright? We will find things we can better. So things once again at the film festival, but anything with art, because people are real artistic out here. They want that, like, you find them with tell a man, hey, they could be on TV or be in a video, they're glad to be in a place. So people grew up wanted to see themselves on TV. Right? They wanted that.
sometimes you just need an avenue to invest that energy into now. And the more avenues open up is the less people that we are finding energy to invest in other things. You understand what I'm saying? And it shouldn't only be, yes, it have to have, it had a hat Trinidad, but they always have gangster rap. I myself does this now, but it should always have a balance now, but you know what I mean? So you should have a balance, like the same positive to see stand-up comedy making a movie, to see film and folk. Even when you was doing, when you had your segment about talking about the folklore of the country, and if that's still available on YouTube all now, you can still pull that up and to see a company invest into a young man who coming up to do a project like that, you know what I mean? That, and now with everybody being able to do their own content and have their own platform, now is the time we should be pushing to get people, because it's as easy as having a smartphone now, you know what I mean? And everybody have one.
Correct.
You dig?
Correct. So all in all for me is that let us, if anybody know that the know-how, the power, or that the influences start making things work, time for some corporations to buy and take, man. The more they buy and take, the better. Because entertainment is one of the leading industries in the world. Same, just up there with tech and food the same way. Entertainment is a necessity. We need it. So let me create the avenues.
Alright, so now we talk about your journey and the good things that happen, but something I know you do hear when people talk about, and I would hope that you could elaborate a little bit on this, is, and you doing this plus 12 years in the industry, entertainment, hosting, spoken word. What is some of the bumps in the road that you come across in your journey over this period of time that you want to share with your audience, and you know, maybe they could learn something from it through your experience?
Alright, so bumps. Like, nepotism is a real thing. It is what it is. Nepotism is a real thing. That is one. You won't always fit into the scope of things people see. People are the favorites. That just what it is. For me, when I see that someone else is doing something that I know I could have done way better, especially when I was an actual option, to feel that kind of how, let me be real. You could be upset. I would be upset. I've been upset. Those things did bother me. Like, for instance, I had a chance for me to do a game show, something. Somebody dropped my name in a little small circle meeting. They choose not to use me because of the person that first introduced me to the space. They say, well, nah, that she born thing. Nah. You see it. I doesn't understand some of these rationales that they use and whatnot, but these things exist. Because skin complexion, there was somebody lighter, nicer next thing, and I'm being real. Yeah? So ageism is a thing, colorism is a thing, yeah? Racism is a thing. All the isms they could think about, they're real. And they're going to encounter it. So now I tell them, firstly, I can't not my plan is stigma. What I do is that I reinforce my self-esteem, how I feel about myself, and just remind myself that what they think or what they believe, that isn't my truth. Not because you think the world's flat, mean it's really flat. Yeah? Not because you think it's the biggest, baddest thing in the world and you can beat everybody. I don't mean it's true. That's just your truth. And once your truth, not directly coming at me or trying to target me to hamper my life, that is on you. That is on you. So, once again, I always say people are living in truth. Living in truth. So, your negatives going to come. That is it. I don't want to be specific on what people
Yeah, that's fine.
like that. Right? But I've seen people got things because Boom probably is not whether one probably he not neat enough, he not pretty enough, he not handsome enough, he looking for something different whatnot, and that is it. So when them things happen, all I do to myself is just know that not really how you think, by their preference, by their biases, and keep chugging it, and you're gonna get plenty of that in life. Because if I go like the whole army thing really bother me, it really bother me.
Yeah, when they tell me you just look like a green kind of that bother me real plenty. I pay you know me before the hair and the beard and
like as we get when I talk to us,
all of a sudden one guy have a beard dog. You know that all of a sudden
you see all that when my head comes to all that beard, all there was missing. Back over here. They were holding it. It was a redness me dog, you understand? So like, cause I tried to get into the army, my mother always wanted to get good for me, right? She might not always know how, but she'll do her best. And I say that because I was flat 17. But she said, well, hey, go and do the army government. And not that all that because government is government that, right? No, she just knew somebody from church that said, well, he turned 18. In January, when it was like September, October, I said, well, I could go ahead. Because by the time training starts, he's going to be 18 or whatever. And so now I think it needs to be signed. We could have signed it off him now. But when I go down, it was Barataria, but it was at the point in time, Barataria, comprehensive for the little exam, which only 7 o'clock in the morning. Do the dictation, the IQ exam, all kind of different things. I did not leave there, and I was at Saturday morning, 7 a.m. I did not leave there until Sunday. 1 a.m. or 1 something the next day. You understand? Spend whole day down there. Now, what the person informed my mother is that for the exams, go down with him in case anything, and they will know. And maybe the kind of thoughtful person I am. When I see it's 3 p.m. and I'm trying to figure out like, what my mother really going to be needed for you? I can't see it now. Man. And she outside because they can't come on the compound. She's outside the side road, standing for a long, probably lying around uncle, kind of cousin down there as well. And decided to ask one soldier, hey sir, excuse my mom, saying anything, signing documents, saying the same. Mom, I nothing about that. How old he was? Size 17. What? Alright, well ask that man, go on by the next man, ask the same thing. You know what man, ask that man. This is like, I just went to a regular soldier, like me, you know, like there's a place soldier, you gonna be sent me to the last corporal, then the last corporal sent me to a corporal, corporal sent me to sergeant, staff sergeant. And then sergeant mean, I feel like I went to the warrant officer. So basically, they were just sending me from soldier to soldier. Now everybody down here know I come down to my mother. So them start to call me mommy boy. You understand? So the whole evening now my name is mommy boy. Like... Yeah. Now I passed all the exams, the interview, everything. So like the following Tuesday or so, supposed to go down in GP complex for the physical. Run through physical and I handle the scene. Right? Everybody waiting for results. And that is when one of these fellas over there on Saturday, he see me now. He now touched down. He said, hey, mommy boy, where's this scene? I said, where is that boy? So one of them who was not there is like, we call him mommy boy for? He said, tell him. Well, I said, sir, I have to come with my mother for the written exams and stuff because I was 17 and she was advised that to come and just to sign the documents and whatnot. She said, 17? I was 18 January. He said, nah, yeah. But I people, and business, I understand what you're trying to say, but I find us funny at the same time now. That people call it limit, our age limit. So by the time you're 25, you carry the game there now. So that people, this is a last chance, boy. You understand? People don't look at it till 25. Nah. You could come back, boy. I give somebody a chance, boy. Somebody's a chance. Say, if you give somebody a chance, say, I give somebody else a chance. You say, you're not getting through here today. I say, I'm not getting through here today. You can't tell me that. He said, what? Who got me trying to drink? The man said, what?
He was in uniform?
If he was
Oh God!
I say you can't tell me that. So what's the name? Thaddeus Johnny. So alright, stay ready. Man walk across yonder. Everybody calculating numbers and figures, some more push-ups, set up for them kind of thing. Right? And that was it. They come back a while after they come back. If you hear your name, thanks for coming out, leave. Look how it went. The first name, let me see what's down there, run. The first name they call Ron Austin. See Ron get up and leave. Right? Thaddeus Jardine, second name. My move. So I just stay right. I stay right till I call everybody name, then I get up. But I leave in GP complex and I'm vexed. I'm angry. I'm most upset because I see they tell them I'm too young. But when I go home, nobody gonna tell me I'm too young to pass gun in my hand, but then they start telling me go and rub this one, stand up on the corner and lock down the ends, torture somebody. Ignore that. So I understand that, but at the same time I can't agree with it. You understand? Let me go through my thing and see what take place and now I could tell. But that is that. And if I could carry that story, I'm going to tell all you can cut it out. Right? But you know what happened that year though? Like 75% of the persons who the choose because who done 24, 25 and shit, half of them could not win in any. All that's about 100 people. When they go and do the freaking medical and thing, can't go no way. Come back and hear that because I whoever I remember that they know, come back and let you know what take place and all them things and they run me dog. They run me. Yeah? So that is it. But all in all, as I say, my things just line up. Because I don't feel the army was to me that way or not. And that is it now. So they still come and get blessings in everything. So I get through the army and I vex. I was hurt at the point in time as to why? Because we need to use young people out here. Use them now. So as they go older, the better for themselves. When they want to learn, allow them to learn. Don't tell them they're too young for this or they're too young for that. I find like crap. Because, and that's something with me and my dad. I was always interested in doing one of my dad's discipline was his was working. And I asked him to go to work with him. I want to do this, I want to do that. And he tell me no. Because he find jobs like to be dangerous with the heavy machinery and the tools and whatnot. And by the time you think I'm old enough now to probably come and I work with him or help him do work, I'm no longer interested. You understand? I don't care about you and working right about now. Yeah? And that is it. So we need to properly evaluate ways in which we could use young people when they want to be used or they have any zeal. Because very much
sometimes you just use the zeal fit. When I used to cycle with my dad and I used to be right up on I go. And then after a while, because he working shift car already make I just lose the zeal fit after a while, And you notice how even like young man and all too, like me and you had experience in the army and experience in cadets. Cream. Could I mention? Cream our colonel. Cream our colonel. You see him there 6 foot something. That our
even numbers!
What's that?
That was my thing.
I really love your experience, but you know what I think I experienced in cadets?
Cadets had me strong, I remember being in position for about 20 minutes and change. I feel like, oh, I just get this whole day. Now, I can I sit in for a position, you say, warrant officer, I say, count 100. From it, I somebody shake or falter. Start over. 100. Start over. Hey, Pascal, get up. Start over.
What's that?
Hey, what's that? This is normal. Chest, shoulders, it's this. You must not feel your body.
PT.
You must not feel your body. It's real. The real boy is Casper holding you up at that point, boy. But that was the days, boy.
Hey, can you imagine you people when we leave the thing in us, but you even in cadets and in scouts and shit. My word.
Nah, I don't care. Scouts is for girls. Cadets only. Yeah. That's coming.
They find this clip of us, we are not safe. We are not safe.
They're looking for dead. We real what is house in high school.
I reside in Claxton Bay. There's a 3511742. Please check the number.
But only thing to engage youth and our young men active and doing something and just being engaged. Yeah, big respect for that. Scouts, cadets, I mean dragon boats, anything.
Yeah, but them activities has really add a whole bunch to your development as a young man growing up and all too.
Yeah, I need people to understand that football is not the only thing we have, and cricket.
Yeah, boy.
Pimpin' Frass Kitchen reopening this month. Best wings in Trinidad. Pimpin' say so. Pimpin'.
We know about Asian empires and faith and black and what's it and black ox striker. We know about that thing, man.
See the Asian empire?
Crazy man. You never enter the cheat code crazy. What's it crazy Steve? Crazy monkey in your life on the age? Watch that.
Nations better. I think it's on Microsoft Studios because the graphics are actually clean. As a flip. Yeah, Empire wasn't thing, but it wasn't this.
I tell him, that thing we going through as IT men in this, going through that era, but
see, I never had a console to it. I want to line everything so peace used to come on like I'm gonna whole thing, mash up your TV and thing up.
Only gonna be the difference.
My father friend come from Canada and trying to give away a Super Nintendo, man. No, we don't want to this house. We got them to guys make it turn dunce now. You understand what I'm saying? But not easy, dog. That wasn't easy, us. So when we finally got a computer, before computer, books was my thing. Books was my solace, but you used to read all them hardy boys, all them shit. And then you get the computer and I stopped reading. Like video game and saved my life and I tell you. You getting tired? No. So my father had a little business of selling food down there and whatnot. And now come in and I look into, so we now lock up the shop and we heading down here, right? We're heading home, right? So basically, there's the shop on the corner here, right? This part right here is the head of the hill to our house, right here. But we could keep on going down the road. Many Fridays, Saturdays, I will keep on going down the road to line, gamble, talk and shit and catch kicks with the fellas and them now. But that night now, because it's a Friday Saturday, come in late. I say, boy, boom. You need to go down there and gamble. I said, stop that gambling thing. You're not even good at it too. I was lost here, buddy. And I try to convince myself to go home or walk down the road now. And you don't make me go home. Say, boy, you buy a new game. I look to go on the store and deal with that. And I walk up the hill. Then I'm walking up the hill and being right in front of my gate. If you hear corn. If you hear freaking corn. Hey, Sylvan dead that night. Umi lost his foot. Still up around with 1 foot on the crutches. Cannot get in the back of his head, but thank God he survived. Madness. And when the police come on the scene, police ball, when they see the kind of corn, because like them 5.5, 6 and the 7.6 wasn't eating at the point in time. Everybody was doing like the little 8s and pistols and things still now, boy. So about caliber that had that night, I feel we had some 5.5 or something. The police and them ball when they see where the men had. Because they just drive up and they drive back down and they're shooting indiscriminately. They're just shooting up. Madness. And then I there's wild shooting dog. And I'd be walking on the same time. And I said like save my life inside dog, inside. You don't vex at all. Real time I can have your audio and I just inside doing what I'm supposed to do. Sure. And I tell people
no, but I say it always that you always had something to do because Perry is a man. I will go to check you. Okay. Oran kasi on the second one. Oran. Yo? Nah, my dog. It's always a gamble if you. It is always a gamble if you woman have woman to set something. But really actually, Perry, all that thing he was doing, and the fact that mom even had me inside, I don't know she used to we see from real plenty going up.
If I wasn't occupied, my life would have been
Watch now.
Yeah, and that's
Watch
the same thing I'm saying. So like sometimes I know too much about good things are bad to them around. But they might see a young man, your sons on them, and I say they're playing this game thing right through. But just remember the inside of and I've been safe now. Don't let them go outside and be active and thing, you know what I mean? Like weighing 5 pounds, 5,000 pounds and thing out there, it's only 13, if you get me, but just know that utilize this and find out balance with it. I don't always say if I get my nephew, I'll give my nephew things know that I know could punish him with it. Take this away from your face, doing it properly and do this or balance that you fill up. Well nah, taking this away. Okay, I'm saying. I build an old PC for it, I be going mad, I told the old PC and I go with it, I get somebody else to use. Them kind of things, if I want to, okay, boom, if I do this and thing, I'll get it back. I say, of course. Pull up your socks. Yeah, look at top that kind of thing. So you just have to find the balance. That's my own thing, man.
See,
I think about balance.
we could have moved so many different. We are real close to something and up and all there. We are real close to that up and it was our wrong us.
Exactly.
Are we right?
But one day I go to school and I laughing at man dead on the move junction. I say, well, we teach I to rob the quick shop or jack. And I pull it is my cousin and laughing at dead EJ. EJs will get dead and that's a whole different scene by itself. But yeah.
Right.
You know, or RABS ludo.
Yeah, RABS ludo.
You finish back up?
We recording it.
Yeah.
We get our story with Thaddy.
It's in a wild bad, but.
Hey, something telling me I was in this man like I wish you had this in the episode. Hey, I was in Perry. You're good at it. You said you were family. And then the first time I ever seen Michael Jackson Smooth Criminal, the video, this man house. Swear he had Perry had the only computer on the stretch. So when we land, we went to a game to play with snake, chicken invaders, all that shit.
Chicken invaders! What's that shit? For me, it was chicken invaders and feeding frenzy, man.
Yeah, frenzy was good.
Yeah, that's it. I never really fancy the plants versus zombies kind of thing. But chicken
invaders was you said you feel like a cosmic joker. We know what's there. I tell you. And that was it. I see that that's it.
So the internet is now. I feel like I find
chicken invaders. Boy, that was I telling you that thing was this shit. But on that game I note. Thaddy, right now you have what you doing right now on TikTok with ludo shit. It is amazing. You have people joining, you have content creators joining, you want stand-up comedy joining. Everybody coming in, playing a game on the phone. How was that experience been for you?
It has been exhilarating because basically one of the things I want to do is build more following, more social media following, so I can make myself more, appetizing to corporate companies when it comes to advertising and sponsorship. You know what I mean? Trying to make that buck off of what I really appreciate doing more, which is entertainment. I like nails, you know. But if I have to choose between nails and entertainment, it's going to be entertainment. Because even why my nails business works, as well as it works, if beyond me giving good nail service, people just come because they know they can get a good laugh and a sketch kicks. Like my shop is a alignment spot. My shop exists for nails, the entertainment, and it's also like a little hub for the youths and them to pass through and blow steam off because of the boys in the program and you're at the front. Youth activities I'm involved in. They could come in the shop, blow some steam, say boom, this happened in school today, boom, they think about this and they get advice. But at a point in time, especially like what pre-COVID and into COVID and right after it, there were times I was thinking it would be more business-wise to give up this shop and let's rent a station for less money and it cost no less. But for me, the shop was more than just nails now, so I had to work on it. Now we beyond that and I want to really put some more energy to the entertainment and building that. I thought to myself, what can I do to start to get some traffic coming to my social medias and spreading myself a bit more. And I say, you know what, you can go live on the social now. Even during COVID and a little bit after that, I was with some little streaming stuff on Facebook. But I mean, Facebook there, like for the older ones, like, right? When I saw them even tell me, sir, Facebook is what rape a man and thing. Okay? So, the relevant authorities, I think I should look into that because I feel something will be taking place there, right? Cool. So I say, boom, TikTok is the flick. What we're gonna do? After stream a game, one game to stream, right? Now this is, I mean, everything is happen chance kind of thing with me, right?
Right.
And I thank God for them kind of blessings. Because prior to the live, I never play Ludo. I download Ludo just to say Ludo. I say, my boom, and I was just rating Ludo, let you play Ludo. I download Ludo, pull up the little live software TikTok, I know one thing, because I was double OBS and whatnot. But TikTok trying to hold everything in a chokehold, so they're making their own proprietary software to go live on their platform. And I run it and I say, well, let me try this little thing. And I just, out of nowhere, nobody, even heal somebody or nothing. I say, boom, let me go live. I start up the Ludo. 1-2 persons come to see it, right? With that first, that 400 people at one time watching Ludo, and I bought it and I say, what? Ludo, right? But the energy was amazing, you know, the vibes there. People was joining, so basically it's a strategy for me to build more social media, get more coverage, people to know that, hey, Thaddy Boom, the Harbinger of Vibes exists. He's a great fella, he comes with good energy. And it's also something that's the past little evenings when they come home and they want to wind up and they catch some kicks. People coming from all Jamaica, London, playing on the Ludo live. Somebody just, Anishka from Poland, just passed through and them kind of thing. A guy from India be playing Ludo 9 o'clock, but not but all kind of 11 p.m. and thing, and this man alone, you know, it's tomorrow is 7 o'clock in India right now. 7 o'clock in India right now.
You really do you connect to one online on that same platform. Anybody and anywhere can just join.
The whole Caribbean is the whole Caribbean right about now. So, the Ludo thing is our vibes and just a tactic and a strategy in which I'll be using to spread my wings. In addition to it, I'll come to appreciate the community that's building and the persons that I connect with. You understand? Big up all my Jamaican friends and them on the Ludo. You should just big up yourself. And as I say, oh my God, these people and them, big up all yourself. Oh my Trinidad and Tobago people, big up all yourself. Is our vibes.
Big up Arnold when he jump on the live. I like Arnold when he jump.
I don't like Arnold. Arnold cheat me when he come on.
I like Arnold too bad.
Arnold's a thief. I didn't. I'm lucky. And let's have to buy roll.
I would really like that man and I couldn't tell the podcast, so that would be really good.
We can organize some episode.
I bet. And I'm asking you, Thaddy, how did you get the and please pronounce it? The
how will you pronounce it? Harbinger. Some people more popular than us.
How do you pronounce it?
Harbinger.
Right.
So me, I just know that I bring vibes now. Like,
right.
But since in USC and whatnot, when we go online on the weekends or Tuesday, but I'll make sure that, hey, when we get boom there now, people having our games. Like, I get invited to a lot of things because people know if I am there, the energy is going to be great. And so I was just bring our vibes. I'm like, hey, what would I have to use to be bringer of, bring a harbinger, understand? So, harbinger vibes, yeah? So I could, and then I mean, everybody just think about the great people, they think harbinger and harbinger. So, I'm just going to kill them with vibes.
That's a good flip on it.
So
that's a good flip on it.
You know what I mean? Laugh till they cry, and then they dead from laughing, like, harbinger vibes. That's it.
And you recently hosted the RABS event.
Woo!
With Trinidad fighters fighting in the octagon to the 210. How was hosting that event?
And that's the thing, right? So as a host, I've hosted all kind of different things. So I do weddings, I do the first international poetry slam, as many of you know, concerts, baby showers. My first baby shower was like, why are you doing here? But like, I don't know, it's like, why you want to host that baby shower? But as I say, anything to get the vibes in the space, sports days, let's go. So RABS set me up because I have this whole fighting thing. The third installment the other day, that was RABS 2. So I hosted RABS 2, which was the last year. Right? That was the last, no, that was early up this year actually. I did RABS 2 early up this year. I know that was amazing. That was the first time I actually hosted a fighting event. Yeah, it was boxing as well as kickboxing as well. Right? Down there in Southport, and it was great. It just says to me that what I have, the talent and the skill I have, could really fit into any space now. Right? what I appreciate about it is this different kind of entertainment. They're taking this fighting discipline and they're trying to foster a whole line of entertainment with it in Trinidad and Tobago. And that is my thing. Anything to develop small cliques or niches in the country, I say go for it because these things are international. Yeah, and that is how we get to know that we have who we have, right? I mean, if we were running our sporting programs way better in Trinidad and Tobago, the government goes the same nonsense, but I don't know, we have to find some way to deal with that, right? But we're running some of these things better, scouting young people, like in the other parts of the world, they be scouting people, you know. You saw that freaking movie with Adam Sandler. I can't remember the name of it, but I really can't. But basically, I think it was working with the Knicks or something like that, and it's like they travel in the world looking for people with talent, like as actual thing. We could be supposed to be scouting Trinidad and Tobago probably to find talent because better than that bottom, I feel that I find Keisha World Cup even earlier. I mean, just up in Toko, pelting mango, as I say all this time. If I put in more these rural areas, we could go to and find things and develop it. We need to take the dumb politics out of some of the things we have in Trinidad and Tobago to make it better though. Once we strip away the politics and the bad mind or the favoritism, they go run smooth and we have friends in netball and I hear some kind of stories and even football I hear stories. I was like, bro. So back to the RABS, knowing that this whole thing is something different than the usual thing that we do. I appreciate it. Being a part of it was amazing. I had the RABS 3 the other day. I wasn't able to attend because I had a different event that I clashed with that, but all in all, RABS bad from a long time, boy. RABS bad from a long time.
Yeah, and I would definitely want to see some of the fighters and to get some interviews with them to find out what it is like to be in
Moreno, man. Moreno, eh? Woo!
Moreno?
He's a fighter.
I will check him out.
Moreno.
Right.
He's a fighter.
I hopefully you see Mr. Reno on the show. Alright, and with that, we are about to come and wrap up this. And Thaddy, I want to thank you very much again, Maggie, for coming. I really appreciate your coming. And I want to show some love to camera, Mr. Kareem playing the corner. And this has been another episode of the South Central Podcast. I am your host, Sean Austin. Make sure to go and subscribe to the channel. Check out Thaddy Boom, show him some love on his Instagram, and make sure to book him for any of the events that you have. Anything. Be sure to tune in and stay safe, people. Are you still not fit around? That picture up the other day, it was Desha, Patrice, Nessa, Nyla. And I said, if it was, I stick it on Nessa. I think it is Nessa! I never thought about opening a Patreon until this one by the way. She had to calibrate that. You need a Patreon. You need a Patreon. She will calibrate after that time. And so yeah, I think. We still rolling? They go use our white cues, yes. By the way, my name is not Thaddy Boom. This is not me here. This these guys stole my image. My name is Jones Christopher, and I'm a yeah. Run on Thaddy step to go and do something, and you AI bot standing. Correct. This, I'm gonna lie, this AI technology they use with us real good. Boy. Watch now. Yeah, boy. You see, I picture myself, I'm not feeling nothing. Nothing. Because that AI. It's an AI. You don't even know that I outside buying a big food right now. Right, now. Oh, what's some of your most memorable experiences as a nail technician? And we are back with another episode of the South Central Podcast. I am your host, Ron Austin, and I am joined by Thaddy Boom in the building. Now, Thaddy, I have a question for you here. This one we're about to get steamy. What are some of your most memorable moments as a nail tech? We talking about that. Are you advocate? Alright. So here's my diplomatic answer to that question. One of my most memorable moments as a nail tech.
is
It's so steamy. It's so steamy, ladies and gentlemen.
the AI over. Hey, anyhow,
404.
alright, so I'll tell this one of my most memorable moments of that nail tech, right? So this lady comes to get her nails done. Start working on her. I mean, she liking Rasta. I mean, probably, but everyone's like the braces. I got a big gap on it, right? So, but she like this place. She thought whatever she thought. And she's like, you ever thought about being in St. Lucia? I said, St. Lucia? I said, yeah, St. Lucia. And saying, yeah. I mean, she found we had a hotel and things like that in hospitality, and I could come across and she could set me up and say, sis was trying to tote me away, like legit, telling me how soon things could set up things and whatnot. And I'm like, yeah, I mean, why not say Lucia gonna be a flick? And I don't see, and I don't find that on the outside there. Right, and then my girlfriend walks in. I'm like, hey babes, what's that girl? We're going to St. Lucia, busy scene. Thing like, boy, I kind of miss what's taking place. I ain't gonna lie, I did miss what's taking place. I'm not going my guy myself. I didn't realize what's really taking place. Thought it was just being normal.
You didn't know until you were shocking you.
Yeah, I know it was. I know the Palo Seco Jaguar was on the prowl, right? So she was like, she said, no, don't study it.
Right?
Right. She said, no, it's not like that. It's not. No. No. That was very memorable. I'm not gonna forget that forever.
And they say, no, son. It was you I was talking about.
Yeah, it's not like that.